Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's episode of Success with Soul with our very own Jayce Dayap. JC is our
Hey.
amazing operations admin and tell us all about who you are and what part of the world you're in, JC.
Yeah, so my name is JC, and you actually see me a lot in our Facebook group community. And I am Team KK's tech guru, operations admin, all the way from the Philippines. So you might be wondering what time is it right now? It's like uh, crazy, but super well. Okay.
Yeah. I actually that's one of the things that I love about our team is the diversity and all the different places where we come from. So, JC,
Yeah.
tell us about your role. I know you said you're operations admin and a tech guru, but what does that all mean?
Yeah, so as part of the Team KK, as the operations admin, I support the business with all things like administrative. Plus, I create and maintain our operational systems, just like, SOPs or standard operating procedures, databases, and just track our company dashboards. I can also say that I am the go-to person to manage and troubleshoot tech systems, which I know for a lot of people, tech is an issue in itself. So I am the go-to person for Team KK. And lastly, I design KK graphics in Canva and build our sales pages and funnels in Kartra and show it. So that's where
I
I really shine.
I want to point out how rare that is. It is very rare to have someone that is so techy like you are, and at the same time so talented with graphics. If y'all go
Oh,
to our
wow.
website and you see how beautiful it is, that's all JC. Like how she has that left and right brain so spot on is a gift.
Mm.
Most people can do one, can do the other, but to do both so well is amazing. So
Oh,
tell us a
wow.
little bit
Thank you.
about your previous experience before coming to work with Team KK.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It'll be a long story, but of course I'll make it short. So I have been working remotely since 2015. I started actually as a creative article writer. We're actually being paid like, but that was when I was still in college. I do that as a part time, and then I snagged my very first like virtual assistant role last 2017 for an e-commerce company, for which during that time I'm still taking up my accounting degree in college. So I tried to take the CPA board exams. I failed, of course, and then I worked in corporate for 6 months in the accounting department. It's just not for myself. And so I resigned and pursued this virtual career. That's why I think I kind of resonate with Kate when she said, like, fuck off corporate. And she also just worked 4 months. So wow, that's I had to I had to DM her way back in 2021 in Facebook to just try to be her executive assistant. So a little bit more way back in 2019 I started so way back when I resigned in 2019, I started building my, coded code build my virtual assistant business, but I did not know it was this hard. So I was just super glad that I came across Kate in a Kartra Facebook group community. And so at that point, I'm already a certified online business manager, which both Indira and I went through, which is super awesome. It enabled me to grasp how the online business operations work and bring my business assistant skills to the next level. So it was just currently I just specialize in certain online business tools such as Kartra, which I know you hear from Kate a lot of time. Asana and ClickUp, those are like project management tools that I love.
Asana and ClickUp. Oh, interesting. So we
Yeah.
at Team KK, we are click uppers. I just made up
Yes.
that word. Yeah, so we definitely use Kartra and ClickUp for sure. And yeah, JC and I met when we both became certified online business managers. So I know that you originally started with Kate as her executive assistant, and your trajectory has just been going up, up, up. So you've definitely grown with the company, and it's exciting to
Huh.
see what is to come for you. Um,
Yeah,
so
so true.
this is I love this question, especially for someone like you, because I've never really met someone that can be as creative and as techy as you. But what would
Mhm.
you say is your zone of genius then?
Yeah, so I think my zone of genius would be like designing and creating graphics and all that. I say that it's because I think I'm good at it. I think I am proficient enough. And I also think that, and I feel just whenever you work, it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean? It feels like it's my rest from all the other kind of stuff that I can do. Like for example, tech. Tech can be frustrating in the process, although it's a very fulfilling task when you kind of figured out and troubleshoot whatever tech issue you're running into. But then again, when I go design and create graphics and sales pages, that's my kind of rest at work. So yeah.
Wow,
I can also say like, as an organized person, I like creating the databases and new systems. It's kind of like also natural for me. But yeah, I could just say that the design is kind of like the rest for me. So
JC, that's so interesting. I don't know that I would have guessed that about you. So I love that I am learning that about you. Um, so which of our team values do you think you embody the most? And just for the audience, just so you know, really quickly, our company values are: we are scrappy, growth oriented achievers, we actually care, we make mistakes, we're always learning, we're boundary pushing, confident badasses who ask, why not
Mhm.
us? And we take
Right.
care of ourselves. And last but not least, we leave the world a better place. So when you
Definitely.
think about our team values, which one do you feel like you embody the most?
I think yeah, like the we make mistakes. I say that it's not because I fail like most of the time, right? But I just chose it and it feels more connected to me because it gives me also the relief that I'm not perfect. No one is. Like I can give myself permission to succeed, to fail, to succeed actually. Like whenever and I think I can actually connect that to tech, right? Like everything is trial and error and not everything is figured out by anyone. So I would also just put that as a reminder to anyone who listens or watches the video that you will be fine, even if you failed one thing or another, that, imperfect action is enabling us for like learning and growth. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I like to say that failure is feedback and you have to
Mm,
fail your way to success. So I love that. And I love that team value too.
true.
So when you look at our company culture, like what's the one thing people might be surprised about Team KK or even Kate?
Yeah. I don't know if this is actually surprising that we actually care, that we are thoughtful and detail oriented, and then that we take things into consideration. I say that is because sometimes from the surface you can just say that yeah we're doing our thing and like I would just say yeah like we are thoughtful, we care about you, and it's just needs to be um like experience it in the back end is what I would say, because yeah it's just different from the surface when you're actually experiencing everyone from Team KK. So I would just say I don't know if that's actually surprising, but yeah, that's what I would say.
I love that. So,
Yeah.
what's one piece of advice that you would give someone who is, getting ready to hire either an operations assistant, an operations admin? Like, what is one advice you would give the person
Yeah,
that wants to hire you
right. So basically,
or not hire
ask
you,
for
JC, hire for your role. You're with Team
high for
Take
my
It.
rights. Yeah, super. Okay. So I would say we always do this in our hiring process to ask for a skills assessment. You don't have to, for sure, it doesn't have to be paid, but you also need to make sure that it's not taking up too much time from the applicant, but that would also give you just a little bit of feedback for like how they work and what actual skills they do they have. And then also maybe some kind of samples as well. If you're actually looking into, a designer or stuff like that, for sure they would have portfolio of their previous work. So that would be really helpful to take a look at too.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with you about having a skills assessment test, especially for your
Yeah.
position. So, what's one fun fact about you um, that you can share with us?
Yeah, so since we're only on camera and we just see like from our shoulders up above, I would say I am 5'7", 5 feet and 7 inches tall, and I once dreamt of becoming a flight attendant. So if that, like, that's my kind of parallel universe, right? If I'm not in this role, so yeah,
Wow, JC, I love that. Oh, I love this.
yeah.
So, we have recently changed our name from Kate Kordsmeyer to Success with Soul Inc., which is so exciting.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it's the name of our podcast. So, I'd love to know, what does Success with Soul mean to you?
Mhm. So a lot of stuff actually came up to me when I was like, what is success with soul, right? So I think it was just like leading a life I want to live again and again. Like, is this actually the life that I want to live again and again, yesterday, tomorrow, and even right now? So that's what is success with soul, wherein you are able to just live the life that your heart desires, and it screams like the ultimate happiness for you, wherein you're in tune with yourself and with your purpose and all that. Like, I can call myself today really successful because I have 6 cats and I love them and I enjoy being with them. Like, just those little things. I think you can call it the success soul. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. So that's typically the last question that we ask during the lightning
Uh-huh.
round, but I something felt like that was the first question I wanted to ask you. But
Uh,
I'll go back to the first question of the lightning round, which is, what's your favorite way to make time for self-care while you are working?
Okay, so definitely body massage, like just booking in for body massage. And then also if I can't do that, I just feel like, tidying up our place and cooking is kind of like the therapy for me. It's the rest that I actually want after work or in between work. So
Yeah, and I just want to say that, like JC mentioned, she's from the Philippines, and I'm very excited to hopefully try her cooking in the near
yeah.
future for sure, because I
Yeah.
love Filipino food. So
Yeah.
this is a great question for you, actually. What is one tool or strategy that you use to help with time management?
Yeah, so I think you already know this because I've mentioned last week, but I use the Pomodoro technique. And I love that because I actually now am aware of my kind of work style wherein I like the batches, like the 25-minute little batches where you can take quick breaks after. And then when you did the 4 25-minute work, then that's what do you call this? Like a notification for you that you've already worked for 2 hours, and then I can just go back and do my thing, like little errands in our house or chores, etc. And then I can go back in the afternoon. So because I think I can just stay seated at my desk for long hours. That's why I'm so grateful for remote work and freelancing too. So try that if you can't, if you feel like you can't focus, but you just have something to get done. So yeah, it was really helpful.
And just, for our listeners who may have no idea what is the Pomodoro
Mhm.
method, what is it exactly?
Yeah, so I'm not pretty sure about the history. I think it was a Japanese kind of technique, but it is like it is a timer. You set a timer for 25 minutes or how long, however long you would want. There's actually some tools and we can link it in our podcast show notes. But then you can like the basic one is 25 minutes of working and then you get like 5 minutes of break and then this like you would do this like 4 rounds and then after the 4 rounds you get a 30-minute full break. So yeah, that just gives you like the full blown productivity and efficiency, and you get to time yourself and say, hey, quick break, etc. So
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I know that you actually added, a little extension to your
mhm.
computer, so that's great. Yeah, we'll definitely link that. So, this is a great question for Team KK because we actually are all voracious readers and we're
Mhm.
constantly telling each other, "Oh, I found this book. I found this book." So
Yeah.
what's the most powerful business mindset entrepreneurial book you've ever read? Or the one that you like reference again and again and has made the biggest difference in your life?
Yeah, so I would say this actually just recent, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Mason. We will actually still link this to the podcast show notes. And I would say I would still listen to this, or I'm listening to audiobook, but listen or read this again, and whenever I feel like, yeah, I like I'm so entitled in life, like I need to be great at all the things, like all this pressure to be successful, because this book is really a reminder for us to, just it's a tough love, I would say, and then also the reminder of the reality we're in, where you when like no matter how you struggle or like what your problems are, it still depends on you where you put your attention, your time, your energy into. And yeah, I might be just downplaying, what the book really means, but you'll really enjoy it. So
Ooh, I'm
yeah.
excited. I feel like that book has been on my cart for a long time, and I then other books come ahead, but
Yeah.
definitely it must be time. So,
Yeah. And also just a heads up though that it has a lot of curses. So
yeah,
if there's anyone, from the title of the book.
from the
So
title, yeah. So, the next question is in terms of mindset, which
mhm.
again, we here at Team KK, we do something that I personally love, which is our 15-5, which is basically at the end of our work week. For us, we have a 4-day work week. So every Thursday,
Yeah.
we fill out a form that, takes us no more than 15 minutes. And one of the questions, is like, what's our guiding mantra for the, the upcoming week? And so,
Mhm.
what's your favorite quote, mantra, affirmation for, when things get tough or you feel like giving up?
Yeah. That field in our 15-5 is like the best, but I have this written in my journal, like the very beginning of 2022, is that I create my own path and I walk it with joy. I got this from, I think it's from one of our CEO affirmations workbook inside of the incubator, and then I was like, oh yeah, like I like this. So it says like that I always have a choice because this is my life and I can choose what makes me happy and in alignment with. So yeah, it's just the core of me. So
I love it. I love it, JC.
yeah.
Is there any last words, anything else that you want our listeners to know that I missed?
I don't think so. I hope you enjoy this show, and then gave you a sneak peek of how it looks like in terms of working with Team KK, working with Kate and just like working and and with our business. So and not in a sense of like hiring Sarah, but just like being in our community just gave you a quick sneak peek. So I hope you enjoyed the this episode.
Thank you so much. As much as like we've been working together for months now, I learned new things about you today. So this was like a gift for me too. Thank you so much, JC.
Thank you. I'm excited for your episode, Indira. Have a good
Yay!
one.
Okay. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, everyone. This is Indira and JC, and